previous lecture, we discussed about heat. Heat is a form of energy. We discussed how heat brings out different effects, that is, change in the state of matter, change in the dimensions of a substance. Then we studied about thermal expansion and what are the different applications of thermal expansion. Today we are going to study further about this heat, how to measure this heat. The same way like you draw a line on a paper and you measure it using a ruler or a scale. Now how to measure heat? Now this component which is helping us to measure the heat is temperature. Temperature tells you how much hot or cold a substance is. Temperature is a physical property of matter that quantitatively expresses hot or cold. Now to measure the temperature of a substance, we need a thermometer. Here comes the device for measuring temperature. Now before proceeding with the device, we need to look for the units also. How to measure it? Like I told you, if you draw a line on the paper, you say if you are measuring it with the scale, you will say it is 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters or millimeters. So this is the unit of length. So now what is the unit for temperature? There are different units for temperature, that could be Fahrenheit, Celsius or Kelvin. In case of Fahrenheit, the symbol we use is capital F. In case of Celsius scale, it is used as capital C. For Kelvin, capital K. Now comes two terms, freezing point of water and boiling point of water. In every scale that we are using, scientists have fixed the upper fixed point and the lower fixed point. Now what are these upper and lower? That is the freezing point and boiling point. Freezing point is the point where the water will start freezing. So the water freezes at 0 degree Celsius, or you can say 32 degree Fahrenheit, or in terms of Kelvin, if you want to say, it is 273 Kelvin. So this freezing point on the scale is called as the lower fixed point. In case of boiling point of water, boiling point is the point where the water starts boiling. It is 212 Fahrenheit, 100 degree Celsius and 373 for Kelvin. So these are the upper and lower fixed point given for the different types of scales. Usually we use, the most commonly used scale is Celsius scale. Kelvin scale is generally used for scientific purposes. Here I have shown you a slide in which the two upper and lower fixed points, like the 0 on Celsius scale will be equivalent to 32 degrees on Fahrenheit scale, and 100 degrees Celsius will be equal to 212 degree Fahrenheit. That is boiling point of water. I have provided you with some formulas to convert one form to the another. If the temperature given is in Celsius, it could be easily converted to Kelvin by adding 273, or Kelvin could be converted to Celsius by subtracting 273. For converting Fahrenheit to Celsius or Celsius to Fahrenheit, it is a simple formula. Put the values and you can easily calculate it. Now coming to the thermometer. What is a thermometer? Is a device used for measuring temperature. Like you are using a scale to measure the length, we are using thermometer to measure the temperature. On what principle does the thermometer works? Thermometer works on the principle of thermal expansion. In a thermometer, mercury or any other substance whichever is used, like I'll be telling you what are the different types of thermometer. The commonly found thermometer that you must have come across is clinical thermometer, which is used by the doctors, and even it could be found easily at home also to check fever. We generally check fever with the help of thermometers to check if the person is having a more temperature as what is the normal average human body temperature. Now how does this thermometer works? As you know, thermometer is having inside it a silver lining. That silver lining is mercury. This thermometer is using the application of thermal expansion When the temperature rises, mercury starts expanding. Because the molecules of mercury, they are gaining the heat energy. So the molecules, they start expand and they move upwards and help you to read the temperature. Here comes clinical thermometer. Clinical thermometer is the thermometer which is used medically by the doctors. Even we use it at our home also. These thermometers, they have a range of 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. They have a kink inside them. What is the kink here? Now in a thermometer, I'll show you this clinical thermometer. This you would have seen at your home also. It should be handled very carefully as it is having a glass body. This type of thermometer, in the center there is a silver lining. That silver lining should be there below 35 when you are starting it to use. So before starting, you must have seen it is generally given 1 or 2 jerks. Why? Because so that the mercury, whatever it is there, it should get collected down here at the tip. And this tip is called as the bulb of the thermometer. This bulb of the thermometer contains the mercury. This thermometer, when it is kept at the base of the tongue or at the armpit, it takes the body heat and this mercury starts expanding. Mercury is silvery lining, so it is easy to read. It is easily visible what temperature it is giving. It is the only metal which is liquid at room temperature. That is why it is used here. And it will expand uniformly. So it will rise. Now when you take it out of the mouth, the mercury will go down because the temperature of your body is different and the temperature outside, that is in your room, is different. That is why it is provided with a kink. Now what is the kink here? Kink is a bend or a constriction in the thermometer tube. Inside the thermometer there is a thin capillary tube. Here a bend is provided so that when you are taking out this thermometer out from your mouth, this mercury will not start flowing down because the temperature outside is different and we want to take the correct reading of the patient's body. That is why clinical thermometers are provided with a kink. There is one more thermometer that is used in laboratories. I'll be discussing that. Those thermometers don't have a kink. They don't have a bend. In clinical thermometers, we need to have precautions which I discussed just now. Wash the thermometer before use. Give a few jerks before handling the thermometer, before putting the thermometer in the patient's mouth or the armpit, because the mercury level should go down. Read the mercury level. Whenever we are reading, it should be kept at our eyesight. Here, when you are reading, it should match your level of your eye. Now, this laboratory thermometer. Now, what is the difference between clinical and laboratory thermometer is that it doesn't have a kink, as I told you. It is used in laboratories, as the name itself tells you. It is used for experimental purposes. So whenever it is used, it has to be dipped in that solution. If you are taking a temperature of the solution, that bulb should not touch the base of the container. It should not touch the sides of the container. It should be completely surrounded or completely dipped inside the substance so that it should give you the correct reading. Now, for taking the reading, you need to take the reading while the thermometer is there inside that substance. The reason being because it does not have a kink, K-I-N-K, kink, or the bend or the constriction which clinical thermometer is having. So it will backflow. The mercury will backflow as soon as you take out the laboratory thermometer. The mercury is going to flow down. So it will not give you a proper reading of the temperature. That is why when it is to be, the readings to be taken, laboratory thermometer is completely immersed in the substance. It should be held straight. It should not touch the walls of the container because it will impact the reading. And there only in the substance itself you should take the reading. It is not taken out and then taken the reading. These are the differences. First is I told you it doesn't has a kink. Laboratory thermometers don't have a kink. Clinical thermometers, they have a locking which prevents the immediate backflow of the mercury. Clinical thermometer is used to measure the human body temperature, and laboratory thermometers, they are used for experimental purposes in the laboratories. Clinical thermometers, they have a range of 35 to 42 degrees Celsius. Now what is the reason for this? Because the human body temperature never goes below 35 and it never shoots up more than 42. Now next is laboratory thermometer. The temperature range is minus 10 to 110 degrees Celsius. So if I want to keep the clinical thermometer in a boiling water, will it be safe? No, because it will not support. The maximum range it can support is 42 and the water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. So never play with thermometer, always handle them with care, and no need to try of any of experiments at home with these thermometers. So to conclude for today's session, we discussed what are the different units used for measuring temperature, and we discussed the different types of thermometers. See you in the next session.